Welcome to CIS 110 Intro to Computers. The purpose of this video is just to help you find your way around Moodle a little bit and understand what this course is all about. We're going to start by taking a look at the syllabus. Anytime you take a class, the syllabus is going to be your guide to how the class is going to work so that you and your instructor understand what's going to be going on and understand the expectations. You have two different options for opening up the syllabus in CIS 110. The first link is going to require that you have Word installed, so if you do, go ahead and use that link. If you don't happen to have Microsoft Office installed on your computer yet, you can still get the syllabus by using the Adobe format of the syllabus. This does require Adobe Reader. This is a free download though, so if you don't have it, just use the link, install Adobe Reader, and then you'll be able to get to the syllabus. But we're going to use the Word link. So let me go ahead and click on this and open the syllabus up. And yes, I do want to open it. And when the syllabus comes up, it's going to be in a different view than what you might be used to seeing. In Office 2013 in Word, it's going to come up in read mode. So I'm going to just enable editing, and that's going to switch us back to our regular print layout view, which we'll talk more about when we get into learning about Word. And I'm just going to zoom this a little bit so it's easier for you to see. First page of your syllabus is going to tell you what the course is. So here you're going to see your course, including a section number which identifies the specific class that you're taking. So whether it's internet or blended, when it's going to meet, you're going to see all of that information here. The other important information you're going to see on this first page of the syllabus is who your instructor is and how you can get in touch with them. Please always be sure that you're using your instructor as a resource. Some of you will be taking this class in the classroom, so you'll get to know your instructor a little bit better because you're seeing them every week. Some of you may be taking this class online. That doesn't mean that you're on your own. Your instructor is there to help you anytime you need assistance. So please make sure that you have this contact information available anytime you do need help, have any questions, want to know what's going on with the course or the material. Please use this information to get in touch with your instructor. They're here to help you. If for any reason you would have difficulty working with your instructor, always be sure that you try to work through things with them first. But if there are issues that come up that you feel need to be addressed beyond your instructor, you do have supervisor information here at the bottom of the first page of the syllabus that you are welcome to use. Okay. Moving on, you will find a course description, and there is a lot of information in the syllabus. I'm not going to take the time to go through all of it right now, but do take the time to go back. So this describes what you're going to be learning in this course. There are no prerequisites. I do want to take a few moments to talk about what you need as far as resources to take this course. You do have to have a textbook. And the textbook is Marquee Series Microsoft Office 2013 Brief Edition. And you'll see a code here, an ISBN, that identifies the bundle that's going to be offered at the South Piedmont bookstore. The bundle is going to include the text, and it also has an access code for something called SNAP. SNAP is what we're going to be using for a lot of the assignments for the class and also for your exams. So you must have a SNAP access code. And you also must have Office 2013. When you purchase this from the bookstore, if you buy the bundle, you're going to get all of this included together. We have worked with the bookstore and worked with the publisher, and we've gotten a really good deal on this bundle for you. So you're always welcome to go someplace else if you want to purchase your materials for your courses. But in this case, I really would suggest that you check with the bookstore first because you may find that this is your best deal price-wise. If you were going to look for the text elsewhere, I do have the ISBN here to identify the text if you need to do that. If you do purchase a text separately, as I mentioned, you do also need to have an access code for SNAP, SNAP 2013. The bookstore might have codes available that you can purchase separately. You always can go to the website for SNAP and you can purchase one here directly. Microsoft Office 2013 is the other thing that you're going to need. And as I mentioned, Office 2013, you are going to get a trial, a 180-day trial with the bundle that you would purchase from the South Piedmont bookstore. If you do not do that, if you have a used text or for some other reason you don't have the bundle, you can purchase Microsoft Office separately. I just want to explain a little bit about how this works. With Microsoft Office 2013, what you're doing is you're actually buying access to that software. That's the way Microsoft is doing things now. So you'll see something called an Office 365 Home Premium Academic Subscription is one way that we can do it, but it's generally termed Office 365 and then something that follows that. So you're going to pay a certain amount to Microsoft to be able to have access to whatever the current version of the Microsoft Office software is for a period of time. The trial version runs for 6 months or 180 days, and this Office 365 Home Premium Academic subscription is going to include Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. Now that last part's really important because Microsoft can be bundled different ways, and not all of them include Access. So what you get with your text, if you buy it all in a bundle from the bookstore, does have Access included. Now again, if you're buying a text separately for some reason and you need to go out on your own and purchase the Microsoft Office software, one of the places that you can go to do that is for a special deal that Microsoft has for students. What you would do is use this link that's provided here in the syllabus, and that would allow you to go to a Microsoft page on their site where you could purchase a 4-year subscription to Microsoft Office 365 University, $79.99. What this does is for 4 years, whatever the current version of Office is, you can download that and use it on your computer. In fact, this one's going to allow you to install on 2 computers. So 2 computers, you can download whatever the current version is for 4 years for $79.99. The bookstore has a similar deal. They have software that they're selling that's called Office 365, but it is not University. Theirs does not have Access included. It's the same price, $79.99, but Access is not included. So this is one thing that I would say, don't buy Microsoft Office at the bookstore. Use this deal instead. You will have to have your Gmail account from South Piedmont. That's how they're going to identify you as being someone who is allowed to use this, who is definitely a student and qualifies for this deal. So even if you have the 180-day trial, after that's over, if you want to go back, even if it's past when you're taking this class, as long as you're a student and as long as Microsoft is still offering this deal, you can go to this website and purchase a 4-year subscription. Office 365 gives you access to whatever the current version of Office is for 4 years to install on 2 computers. And if you have any more questions about this, please get in touch with your instructor. Okay. Just a notation, I know some people do have Macs, and unfortunately this class you cannot use a Mac. There is a possibility if you do some things where you can actually install Windows and then you would install Office and Windows running on the Mac, but your best bet is just to use a PC. If you do not have a PC, you are always welcome to use the computers that are available at the South Piedmont libraries. Okay. One further note here, access to the internet is required. Be sure that you have a reliable internet connection. You'll see here that late work is not accepted. So always be sure that you're starting your work before the due date. That way, if anything does happen, you have time to take care of it. And make sure that you have everything that you need, that you have Microsoft Office, that you have your Snap, and that you do have that reliable internet connection. Okay, again, there are lots of things in the syllabus that we're just not going to take the time to do in this video. So look through the student learning outcomes, also the program outcomes that are listed here. I would like to skip down to methods of evaluation so that you know how you're going to be earning a grade in this class. One of the things that you will do is tutorials, and your tutorials are going to be completed in Snap. The purpose of the tutorials is to help you with learning whatever the skills are in that particular chapter that we're working on. What you will do is work through the practice or work through the demonstration that's going to be there. And by doing the demonstration, you're going to be able to then at the end do a little practice portion on your own. And if you complete that correctly, you will have earned 100%. If you don't complete the practice correctly, you get a 0. But that's not the end of it. You can do these as many times as if you want. So if you're not successful the first time, just go back and give it another try up until the due date. So you can't keep going indefinitely, as many times as you would like up to the due date. Assignments are going to be 30% of your final grade. So this is where you're going to be more demonstrating some of the things that you've learned in the chapter by working through what's in the chapter in your text and also using the tutorials to help you learn the material. Most of these are going to be in Snap, some will be in Moodle, and there are always indications of where you need to go. When you click on the link for an assignment in Moodle, it will tell you where to complete that assignment. Also, you'll see a course schedule, which we'll talk about in a minute, and that will show you everything that you need to do and where you need to go. Also, the 2 lowest assignment grades are going to be dropped from your overall grade calculation. Now, don't misunderstand, this is not the 2 lowest grades for your entire course. It's only things that are in this assignments component of the grade. The 2 lowest ones, as we go through the semester, will automatically not be considered. They'll be dropped from the calculation of your grade. We are going to be doing a project in this class. The project is going to be 10% of your grade, so be sure that you complete the project and submit it. If you were to not complete the project and your grade for everything else would have been an A, you would end up with a B because your grade would drop by 10%. Or if you would have had a B and you don't do the project, your grade would end up being a C, and so on. So this is an important part of the course, and it's where you get to demonstrate what you've really learned. We will be writing a paper using Word, and it's a very short paper, just a little bit of research, and you'll get to do a little survey and pull some information together for that. Then you'll create a worksheet with a chart in Excel, and the final thing will be creating a presentation using PowerPoint. So it's kind of spread out through the course, 3 different places as we do each part of the project. You will have exams different times through the course. After the first few chapters where we learn about IT Essentials, Windows, and Internet Explorer, you will have an exam for that. Then after that, you will have one each for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. These are performance-based, so what will happen is you will go into Snap and you will be asked to complete certain tasks, and that's how it will be for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. The very first one is just a multiple choice exam. The final exam is very much like the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint exams, except it will cover all of those and also include Access. So there is not a separate exam for Access, but it will be included on your final exam, and that's 10% of your grade. So those are all the different components of your grade. Your overall grade for the class, then, we will be using the 10-point grading scale. So 90 to 100 is going to be an A, and so on. Last thing I want to talk about in the syllabus is academic integrity. Your instructor does not want to have to deal with issues with finding people not doing their own work. And besides, I'm hoping you're in this class to really learn this material they're going to be covering. Microsoft Office, learning how to use it is going to help you so much in the other classes you're taking because you'll know how to use it best to be able to write papers or create presentations or maybe do some analysis of numbers. So it really is going to be useful both in school and then beyond school. You know, when you get out and you get to working, if you can use Microsoft Office, that's really going to help you. So please focus on what we're trying to learn in this class, do your own work, do your best, and as I said at the beginning, make use of the instructor who's there to help you through all of this. Please get in touch with your instructor anytime you have questions. Now, I have stopped at a certain point in the syllabus here. There is a lot more for you to look through, so please take the time to do that on your own. But at this point, I would like to go back into Moodle, and there are some more things that I would like to show. Okay. So we have just taken a look at the syllabus. The very first assignment that I would like for you to do is something called the Syllabus Accountability Statement. And all this says is I have looked at the syllabus, I have read the syllabus, I've asked my instructor any questions that I have about the syllabus. we are ready to go. So click on the syllabus accountability statement and you'll see the various statements here that you are agreeing to. And then I want you to go ahead and click and say, yes, I agree. And you will be finished with this assignment and you'll be able to move on and you will have 100% for your very first assignment in the class. Okay, I'm going to just click the back button and go back to the main page within Moodle. And just want to go on down here through here and show you some other things that are really going to help you out as you go through the course. Course and instructor, you will find your instructor's contact information, office hours, that type of thing is here. So there's some of the same information that you saw on the first page of the syllabus. Course schedule is another important thing that I'd like you to take a look at. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this so we can see what the course schedule is going to look like. In the first column, it's going to list all of the different activities that you're going to be doing in the class. So things like the startup activity, which we're going to look at in a minute, syllabus accountability statement, which we just did, and so on going down through. So those are our activities that we'll complete. The next column is when these are due. And as I noted earlier, work must be turned in by the due date. If it's past the due date, you're not going to earn a grade for it. So work must be turned in by the cutoff, whatever the due date is, in order to get credit. The last column is going to show you where to submit. So if you're ever unsure where to go to do something, this is where it's going to tell you. So the startup activity is done in Moodle. Syllabus accountability is done in Moodle. You will have a Gmail assignment. You'll do that Gmail. And then down here, the first one that's going to be in Snap is the Snap account creation. So look down through, you'll see that a lot of things we are going to do in Snap. Some of them will be done in Moodle, but this is always going to show you where to go and what to do. Some of the major grades that you have in the class are marked in red. So for example, we said that you're going to have exams. Here's that very first exam. It will show you what the dates are and where you will go to take that exam. You'll also see the project. Any of the different parts of the project are also marked in red. If you're going to print out something from the class, this is one of those things that I would really recommend that you print out. In fact, what we've done here is provided this in two different ways. You do have the course schedule that's just right here in Moodle, and there's also one that's in Adobe format, just like we had up here with the syllabus. So you do need Adobe Reader. It's mostly installed on computers when you get them. But if you pull up the course schedule, this will be in a format that's much easier for you to print. Along with the course schedule, you have a couple other places where you can look to find out when things are due. I'm going to scroll back up here to the top, and I want you to see that here we have something called Latest News that we'll talk about in a moment, but here your upcoming events, that's going to show you the different assignments that we have coming up. So this one is actually just a notation that's on the calendar, an icebreaker discussion forum, Snap account creation, Gmail assignment, and you'll see that there are dates showing up with these. So I can actually use these links and get to these various assignments. And if I scroll down, if I'd like to see these in a different view, we also have a calendar. So if you come to the calendar and click where you see the month up at the top, that's going to open up a full page where you can see all of the different assignments and the days that are due. So if you like this type of view, if this helps you kind of get a grasp for what you have to be working on, this is available to you. So you've got your course schedule. You also have, if we go back here, your upcoming events block, which gives you the list of the different activities that are coming up, and you have your calendar. So a variety of ways that you can find when things are due and what you need to be doing. Communication is also important within the course. I mentioned that there's a latest news block up here at the top on the right-hand side. This is where you will see any recent announcements that your instructor has posted. So you'll be able to go in here, you'll see a title for whatever the news is that's been posted, the announcement, and then you'll see the word more. When you click on more, that's going to pull up the announcement for you. Also over here in this first section, you'll see class announcements, and that's another way you can get to the announcements. If you click there, that will bring up all of the announcements that have been posted for the course. So if there's something that's been posted a while ago and it's not showing your latest news block anymore, you can always come over here, click on class announcements, and that's going to give you the list of all the announcements for the course. Right below that, you're going to see some information about accessing Gmail. As a student, everyone is assigned a school Gmail account. This is a South Piedmont Gmail account, separate from if you have any other Gmail account. The school is going to use Gmail to be able to communicate with you. You may also receive communication from your instructor. Also, any of the class announcements that are posted, those will automatically be emailed to you. So it's very important that you know how to get into your Gmail account and that you are checking it frequently. Every day would be wonderful, but at least several times a week so that you can keep up with anything that's going on, important things that you need to know from South Piedmont in general, and also about the classes that you're taking, communication from your instructor. So there is a link here if you're not familiar with using Gmail and you need to find out a little bit more about that. You can click on how to access Gmail, and that's going to walk you through it. And then there is a link here that you can use anytime you want to log into Gmail that's going to take you to the login page. Moodle messaging is another way that you can communicate with your instructor, or for that matter, communicate with other students in the class. And over here on the right, you will see a messages block. Anytime that you log into Moodle and you see something in this block, it's someone's trying to get in touch with you. They have something that they want to communicate with you about. So click on any links that you see here, and that's going to take you to the messages. Also, if you want to create a message, you can click on this messages link. And that's going to give you access to, any of the classes that you're taking, and you can look for students in there. Or if you want to look for an instructor name or the name of a student, and you can do a search, find that person, and you can send a message to them. Okay, let me just go back out here to the main page of the course. The next thing you'll see below the Gmail links is Snap login information. Snap is what we're going to be used, as I mentioned previously, for many of your assignments and your exams. So this is a very easy way. If you need to get to Snap, you can just come in here, click on the link, and go ahead and log in. If you are working with Snap and you have any issues, most times if you contact your instructor, they are not going to be able to do anything about those technical issues that you're having. So what you need to do is click on this Snap Tech Support link, and that's going to give you information about how you can get in touch with a tech support person. You can do it via chat, you can do it via email, or there is a phone number there. Now the phone number support, that's limited a little bit, so there will be hours there that tell you when that support's available. But again, this is a good reason that you should start any work for the course early. Don't wait for the last minute. If you have an issue, you have tech support available to you. But if you've waited till just an hour before an assignment's due to get started on it and you run into a problem, chances are you're not going to get it done by that cutoff, and you're going to end up with a 0 for the assignment. So again, always be sure that you're starting work before it's due. For Snap, there is actually an assignment that you will be doing where you will be setting up your Snap account. And as I'm scrolling down here, I just want you to see there are some tutorials and things that are going to help you with using Snap. So go ahead and click on these when you have time to learn a little bit about Snap and how to use it. But if I scroll on down here, you will see that there is a Snap account creation assignment. Now to complete this assignment, you're going to have that access code that you're going to purchase along with your text in the bundle from the bookstore, or you can purchase it separately, possibly from the bookstore or using the link that's provided in the syllabus. You need that access code to create your personal account. Then when you create that account, you're going to need to link it to this course. And you link it to this particular course by using this enrollment key that your instructor is going to enter here. So what I'm showing you here is a course that all of our instructors are going to use, and they'll customize it with the information for the particular section you're in. So you would see the enrollment key for your section. It's very important that you only use the enrollment key for your section. If you know someone else and they're in a different section of CIS 110 and you use their enrollment key, you're going to end up in some other section of SNAP, and your instructor is not going to be able to see your work. So log into your Moodle class, look for your enrollment key, and that's what you must use whenever you're setting up your account. And one last thing that I do want to show you here in Moodle is where you can find your grades. Moodle is the primary place that this course is happening. When you go into Snap, you will see that there are activities there that correspond to what we're doing here in Moodle. So for example, when you go into Snap, you'll see a topic 2, and it's going to correspond with what we have here as far as, the assignments that you'll see. We'll have tutorials that you will be doing over in Snap, a concept exam there, and so on. But Moodle is the main place that you go for the course. So anytime you want to know what your grade is, how you're doing in this class, you're going to come back here to Moodle, and over here on the left-hand side, you're going to find a grades link. So if you go ahead and click on this grades link, it's going to take you to a user report, and that user report will show you all of the different work that we're going to do in this class. So here we have various assignments, and anytime you complete any of the work, you will see what your grade is, and you'll see any feedback that you've gotten from your instructor. As I scroll down through, you'll see I'm in the assignments part of my grade now. At the bottom of this, you'll see a category total. So I'll see a grade here for how I'm doing just on assignments. Then I'll see tutorials. How am I doing on my tutorials? Here's the project. You'll see the 3 parts, the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. The various exams that we'll be taking, and then the final exam. And at the very bottom, you're going to see a course total. So anytime you go into Moodle and you scroll down through, you can see what your grades are for the individual activities, and going to the very bottom is going to show you what your grade is for the entire course at that point in time. So you can always come in here. You don't need to ask your instructor about it. Check it out for yourself and see how you're doing. It's important that you keep track of how you are doing in class. And if you start getting off track a little bit, as I said, talk to your instructor, get some help. They can provide you with assistance and also connect you up with other people who can provide assistance too. Okay, I hope that's given you a little bit of an overview, that you feel a little bit more comfortable now with how the course works and where to find things. Again, if you have any questions at all, please contact your instructor.